here we go. How appealing this is look to your pet's mind. It's, soft, chewy, pretty much like a treat, right? But let me tell you what's in it. It's just made from GNC. I bought this from PetSmart about $6, and it's pretty much GNC is the same company that makes our multivitamins as well. So let me tell you what's in it. I have sugar, corn syrup, flavor, pretty much all these extra fillers that are not healthy for our pets and sometimes not healthy for us. Now, the two ingredients I did not mention though was glycerin and gelatin base. I'm sure all you all know what gelatin base is, what we also use to make desserts, Jello. Glycerin is also known for as skin protection. I guess not as potent as aloe vera is, but it's pretty good. But these two ingredients are the more important ingredient for this type of little chew. So hopefully today I will be able to describe how to make these chews so that way you don't have to buy these, waste $6. You can just buy them from your side grocery store, however you like. But definitely making these chews will definitely benefit you because you'll know what you're giving your pet, and also that it's a cheaper process. Performing this has allowed me to broaden how much I know about medicine, such as because I work in a pharmacy, so this has definitely helped me along the way. And just with all these practice, I can now improve how I make them, and I make them for my pets with multivitamins or the prescription. Working in the pharmacy. But this is very interesting to me. So, and pet health is very interesting. So after a few rounds, like I said, this has wanted me to help other pet owners try to realize what they can use for their pet for the situation. So first off, let's gather in the ingredients you need. Just go on ahead and mark this on a list. So first off, you need your gelatin. Gelatin you all can find in the food section, those come in packages. Secondly is the glycerin. Now I made the mistake of going to the food section, but in reality it's actually in the cosmetic section. So it kind of looked like this as well. It can be any label, but that's what you're going to use. Also, you're going to need your multivitamin. Pretty much whatever multivitamin you like, you can ask your vet which one does he prefer or she prefer, and just put them on it. If they don't like it, that's why we're making these chews, so that way you don't have to swallow or you don't have to hide it. It can just be made from their own dog food. And lastly, the dog food or cat food, however you want to make it in, whatever appeals to their smell and taste. I typically use my pet's dog food because they're already tolerated it and they'll be okay to digest through their stomach. So that's that. So the next other supplies you need is pretty much in your home. You're going to need a stove. You're going to need a small pot to boil water in because you're going to make a hot water bath, and you need a weigher to weigh these types of how much you're going to be using, and along with paper towels because you're going to be making a mess. So now that we have everything gathered from the checklist, we can go ahead and start making this chew. Now, the most important part is the gelatin base. Gelatin base, like I said, is the Jello. You are going to pretty much just open all packages that it comes in, and it's going to be kind of, messy, but just you're going to add as much water as it tells you to add, and just set it aside and put it in. I would recommend putting in a glass container so that way, it's easier to take out because you are going to be melting this later on in the process. So once you add those packages and the amount of water it states to, just put it aside. I would recommend putting it in a fridge so that way it'll harden faster. And pretty much it'll look like this at the outcome. It'll turn, well, this is just a picture of red, but yours is not going to be red. It's going to be clear, and pretty much it's just like Jello, So now that we have the base set, the next part is weighing out everything for your multivitamin. So for this step, you don't have to be a scientific person. Just know your basic math and how to weigh things, pretty much. Excuse me. So from your chew, from your multivitamin that you see, you are going to weigh about 16.5 grams of that. And then what you're going to use is kind of like a mortar and pestle. And I have an image of that. You are going to use like a mortar and pestle. If y'all don't know what this is, mortar and pestle, you're going to kind of grind it together, or you can use a blender. Blender always works too. Grind it so it's kind of like a powdery type of thing. And then along with that, you're going to also grind up the dog food. You're going to weigh 16.5 grams of the dog food, and then you're going to weigh 8.25 of the multivitamin, or 22 grams of the multivitamin, my apologies. And just add it all together, stir it up, and then now you have your ingredient kind of base. So now that I've mentioned that, we set aside the Jell-O, which is the gelatin base. So now we're going to actually use it, and we're going to weigh out about 8.25 grams of that. And what you're going to do is put it in a glass kind of container, and you're going to melt it in that hot pot. So that's why you should be close to a stove. Set the temperature to kind of a low temperature. You don't need it too high. And then we'll let that melt. And then the next thing you're going to do is get kind of a measuring cup and weigh the glycerin, which is 2.5 grams or milliliters. And all you're going to do with this is you're going to add everything, including the powdered stuff you just made, into the gelatin base, the melted gelatin base. So it's a pretty simple process. Just has time consuming. So once you do all that, you're going to basically try to find some molds that are small, and you're just going to get a spoon and mold it down all over. This has definitely helped me. It's cheaper, and I have some examples of what I did for my pets, so I'll pass these around. But I know it went pretty fast, but this is so much more in depth that I could even just tell you so much step by step. But I hope that you can all make this choose. Thank you.